A federal judge just blocked Texas's new law that restricts kids' access to app stores. It was set to go into effect in January, but that is on hold for now. And you may be wondering, like, what's the deal with this? I just saw that they passed a social media ban in Australia. Why are we having to deal with this here? So basically, here's the deal. Child safety advocates have for a while pointed to a substantial amount of data that says that unfettered access to app stores can be really dangerous for kids for a few reasons. We know that social media certainly has a ton of issues, so there's that, but also just apps in general. There are a lot that seem like they're made for or rated for kids that have chat features that allow bad guys to talk to your kids, or maybe access to material that is R or X rated that kids shouldn't see. And the issue is that there's just kind of a lot of fast and loose regulation around how these app stores are handled and what kids have access to. So a lot of states like Texas have jumped in to try to restrict that. I think that's a good thing. Now, what judges are saying, and they have said this pretty consistently, is that these laws are not well written when it comes to one big thing, and that's the First Amendment, freedom of speech. You don't lose your freedom of speech protections if you are under the age of 18. That's what these judges are saying. So basically, in these kinds of cases, you've got to be able to, A, demonstrate the real and legitimate harm from having access to the thing in order to stop people from having access to the thing, stop kids. And what judges are saying is that if you do that, you've got to have very narrowly tailored legislation that is very clear and doesn't spill over, doesn't cause any unintended effects. And so far, well, a lot of judges don't think that any of these pieces of legislation do just that. So here in Texas, this is supposed to go into effect in January, Senate Bill 2420. It will not now, at least according to this judge's block, and we will see what happens as this continues to work its way through the courts. But it's threading a needle here, and maybe this is a situation where the First Amendment was written at a time before we had some of the widespread access to stuff that we do now. I don't know how you revisit that, but hopefully it starts with better, more carefully crafted legislation that can protect kids while also keeping the First Amendment in mind.